Merry meet and welcome to Lex Dragon Queen Magic. I'm Taylor and this is our Divine Feminine Collective reading. And this is for anyone and everyone, whether you are balancing the internal energies for yourself or if you're trying to check in with a twin flame connection or just trying to receive some general guidance for your own divine femininity. With that, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We have a lot of cards. And so starting us right off the bat, we actually have the Cosmic Egg coming out again for the Divine Feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. So this right off the bat is actually a message from Spirit asking you to continue to be patient, continue to understand exactly how divine you are and just how much you have truly worked within the divine timing. So still do not force anything that does not make sense. So if there is a project that has you've been called away from, then go ahead, let that project go. And the other thing with that is if there has been some new roads coming forward to you, you are able to go ahead and take the one that makes the most sense to you. So if I'm hearing if you keep trying to schedule something and it keeps getting canceled or something keeps coming up, then there's an element missing to that meeting, or it's not meant to happen, whatever that get together was trying to do. So definitely just reconnect with Spirit, understand a little bit more about how you work within that divine timing, because you are truly aligned and you have truly put in all the good work that you need to. And then we actually had 3 come out for a Divine Feminine as well this week. So on the heels of that, we have Catherine Labor, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Okay. So this card is so interesting because this is twofold. This is a confirmation that you are a healer, okay? And that you have healed not only yourself, but those around you or those who have come to you for healing. But the real thing that this card is wanting you to understand is just how divine you are. So ultimately, what is coming through is that you provide so much for those around you that you don't ask for anything for yourself. And so it is time for you to start asking for things for yourself, and not small things, big things. You can ask for the big things because you are working within the divine alignment and you are able to truly have those move forward for you. So the other thing that is coming forward is you do not need to go through large amounts of suffering in order to receive miracles. Okay, so if that is a blockage that you have, this is Spirit coming through asking you to heal around that and understand that you are meant for greatness, whether or not you have suffered great. So our next one, there we go. We have Pavardi, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Okay, so she is. I'm gonna say this. Some people may disagree, so I do apologize. But she does come across to me as someone who can be representative of the mother aspect within the divine femininity. So something too. So we have crone, and then this technically can be considered the maiden. And so it's just really interesting. We really have the Trinity coming out here. And it really is a question of Spirit wanting you to understand exactly what you are devoted to and exactly where that devotion has led you. So the other thing coming through is the fact that you have been so devoted to this path of healing. You have been so devoted to your own alignment and working with the divine and trying to balance your own energies and then working now in the external world. And so Spirit is really wanting you to just understand that, again, a call for patience, because you have been so devoted. Do not worry. Things are going to be moving forward and you can ask for the world, literally. And Spirit is only going to support you because you have put yourself in alignment, and the things that you're asking for are grander things. So that really is the messages coming through. It's a little bit strained, if I'm being honest. So it really seems like there's a lot of stubborn energy around the divine feminine this week, and because it's still a question of saying it's Spirit asking you to be patient. It's Spirit asking you to really tap into what it means to be the divine feminine and what it means to be truly devoted to what you're working on, what it means to truly be a healer, and what it means to truly ask for healings and miracles.
The other thing I was going to say is why it's strained is because there is a certain sense of stubbornness in the fact that you have to you're still in a receiving energy. And so you want to be in a giving energy, but you are in a receiving energy right now. Okay, so just some things to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and jump into the tarot. And so we have the Three of Pentacles coming up. So very interesting, because I was seeing that there is a little bit of a community project that you maybe are trying to get off of the ground, and there is an initial sense of completion right now. So like maybe your proposal has been accepted, and okay, sorry, there's a couple different ones, so I don't want to get them mixed up. So maybe your proposal has been accepted, but now you really need to get with the actual writing portion, or the presentation portion, the actual development of the project. And then the other thing that is coming through is maybe you were trying to start a meetup of some kind, and it's getting off to a rocky start. And so Spirit is saying that this meetup is meant to happen, but there are certain elements missing to it. So it just really seems like right now there has been something new that has come through, and that you have seen some initial completion within, but you still kind of have not necessarily a long road ahead, just a greater portion road ahead. So you're not halfway yet kind of mentality, but you are almost halfway. Okay. And then okay, I love this part. So we are having the King of Pentacles come out in addition to this. So something that is coming through in regards to this is actually the, oh wow, okay. So in our Divine Masculine reading, we had the Queen of Swords coming out, and that was everyone's internal energy there too. The King is everyone's internal energy here. So this is not an external Divine Masculine around you. This is the energy within yourself that is coming out. And again, it is coming out because you are doing this project. You are really working forward in regards of bringing together a community project of some kind. And so what Spirit is saying is that I'm hearing like you know what this community project is, because you already know that it's meant to happen. That's why there's maybe some frustration in regards to like, why do I need to wait? I thought this thing is meant to happen. And this is Spirit confirming, yes, it's meant to happen. Everything that you've received, that insight that you know, it is still there for you to develop. It is still working through it. The other thing that is coming through is this is also a confirmation from Spirit that you are an abundant force. So if you have been feeling any kind of lack of abundance, that is just merely a perception that you need to dissolve from, because you are the King of Pentacles. You have abundance not only surrounding you, you also know how to get more abundance, and you also know how to support others in gaining their own abundance. So it's really this multi-level. And so very interesting too, because that was three levels of this where I'm like, yes, you have all these energies within you. We have the Three of Pentacles, and then we do have the Trinity. So a lot of threes coming out, which is associated with the Divine Feminine, with the Empress. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind, that these are the energies that you have within you and that you have developed and worked in. This is just confirmation after confirmation that you are doing all that you need to. So I apologize, sometimes we don't want to hear that, but it's also sometimes great to hear that you don't need to do that much work. But we do have quite a few cards, so we definitely do still have some advice for us. Let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, so then we do have the Four of Wands coming out, and this is, I do feel twin flame energy coming in now a little bit more with this. So you still are this King of Pentacles energy, but there is a sense of what you are building. It is going to bring you, so you may already know your twin flame, or you may not, but what I am seeing is that this community project that you're doing is bringing you closer to the actual twin flame, but it is not so obvious. So you are building something foundational with your twin flame, even though you are not aware of it. So something also coming through is, for some of you, this is a foundation that is being built within the 5D, so that you can better come together in the 3D world. So whatever that means, there are obstacles being cleared out for you and your divine partner in order for you to truly have this happiness come forward. So I'm seeing, I just now noticed it actually has a road, but I'm seeing it literally is just up along the road for you. So it's kind of interesting. I talked about here, like you kind of have more than halfway to go, but you know, like this is meant to happen. You can see, you know what the end of the road looked like. And so you know you're going to continue moving forward. And so with that, you're going to have this beautiful surprise in regards to this foundation being built, because you are so focused on just the project itself that you're not noticing how brilliantly your foundations are being placed around you too. Okay, and we actually have some more tarot for you. So, okay, so we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. So yes, just another beautiful, and this is also the World, which right now this is giving off more world energy, if I'm being honest. So the reason why I say that is because this is confirming that this cycle is meant to happen. This is confirming too, because it's confirming that you're coming to an end of the cycle as well. So you have been patient, and I know it looks like a lot of these have been like, oh, we're at the beginning, but this is Spirit saying like you are at the ending that is opening up into a new beginning. And we have that Ace of Pentacles. So whatever project you are working on, it is simply the beginning. So yeah, it's the ending that is leading into the beginning. So definitely you are being encouraged to jump into this new opportunity and understand that it is meant to become so much more for you. Okay. And then we also have the Four of Pentacles coming out. So this is so interesting for multiple reasons, because I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's interesting because this is the perception that is coming through. You are so focused on this pentacle energy, but this honestly is echoing for me that these foundations are being built. So you are, yes, again, you are focused on a certain type of foundation being built, but you are going to be shocked by what ends up being uncovered by it. That's why, again, we have the Ace of Pentacles flowing into what the world is saying. So you are coming into an ending that is going to be a new beginning for your next world phase. So it's a very interesting energy. And sorry, I just was told to point out we have both of these fours here. So again, I had pointed out the threes, but we have the fours. So we are seeing a union, whether it is within yourself and your own internal energies really balancing out, but you are becoming so foundational and everything really is going to be coming together. And also what I'm seeing here is there is a sense where it was like, well, I thought everything was already together, but this means it's going to be even more. So like, for instance, sometimes when you see like a prototype, you're like, well, that looks perfect. Like, what, I would buy that off the store shelf. But then you see the final product and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know how much it could change to look even more professional, to look even more put together. And that's really the message that is coming through here, is that you've been dealing with the prototype and now the final product is truly coming out. The other thing I am hearing, because you are working on this project, is to make sure to be aware of your budget and your finances. You do not want to overextend yourself, because I'm seeing, again, you are the King of Pentacles, so you're aware of this energy. You know how to manage your finances, but there is such a giving energy and an excitement for this project to finally get off. That's why this Four of Pentacles is really coming out, is because it is kind of a call that as you work within this community, you want to make sure to still kind of hold together what makes sense for you. So not everyone is okay. So like everyone may be on board for like step 3, but they may not be fully understand what step 4 looks like, let alone step 5. And you are all the way up here at the King. So it's a message to temper what you share when you share it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look into our divine energy and our invitations. So right off the bat, we have address your addictions. Okay. This is pretty straightforward. Okay. It's straightforward in this for anyone where like literally you're like, yes, I've been working on this, and yeah, I apologize. So it's straightforward in some sense, but for actually quite a few here, it is more in regards to how you seek comfort. So what I mean by that, I'll give my own personal examples, but I have been prone to seeking comfort in, situationships, relationships that do not give anything back, alcohol, drugs, and food, right? The one that we don't always think about. There's also becoming obsessive with exercise. So really just anything that becomes an addiction or becomes obsessive, it is a good time to look at that in the face, even if it can be considered a healthy habit in other times. So like severe dieting, that also is considered an addiction to the control of food. Well, there's more to that. I'm paraphrasing. There's so much to that. Anyways, yes. So it really is just a question for you to ask yourself, what brings you comfort and why, and is that a reasonable thing? Okay. Next, we have wake up call. Okay, so this is very interesting because it kind of echoes what we just talked about, but this more so is saying that lately, okay, I'm hearing this is more of a confirmation that there has been things happening around you and you have been in your development phase. And so now you're being told like, no, wake up to who you are in this. You are not stuck in this Three of Pentacles energy. You're the King of Pentacles. You're guiding it. So there is a call for leadership for quite a few here is what I'm seeing. But there is also a call to develop your gifts. So everything that you've been working on, everything that, everything that you've been working on and everything that you have been excited to explore, this is really saying like, hey, I'm giving you this time to work on this. I'm giving you this opportunity to do these things. And I'm also giving you the opportunity to become the person that you're meant to be is another main message coming through. So again, a lot of calls for leadership and however that may look to people. Okay. Next, we have choose your friends wisely. So something very interesting is a lot of these cards are very literal, and I definitely have been getting the sense from, right? This came up in the last Divine Feminine reading. But we are seeing that the Divine Feminine is needing to be told very directly what is needing to be done right now. So that's again why we are seeing the wake-up call, because it's kind of like Spirit being like, hey, I am not trying to be metaphorical anymore. I am trying to say, do these things. And so choose your friends wisely. What I'm seeing is that there has been a certain sense of, right? So, okay. So like that community project that you're working on, there's going to be certain people who you think want to be a part of it and who don't end up being a part of it, but you keep trying to include them. And so Spirit is saying like, you need to let them go. You don't want to cause more tension because they feel like they're being forced into something that they didn't really want to do. The other thing coming through with that though is the fact that, there is some illusions that are happening, and so Spirit is asking you to still use your sense of discernment to understand who is telling you lies and who is telling you the truth. They're also saying though, because friends is a very interesting word here, because they're saying that you are still going to interact with those people though who are not necessarily being very truthful, but that does not limit you. So yeah, that does not limit you and who you choose to interact with. It just should limit how much you share about yourself and how vulnerable you allow yourself to be around certain people. So Spirit is saying that you do have certain friends around you who you are able to be vulnerable with, but you do want to be careful because there are people who have a little bit of trickster energy around them, unfortunately. Okay, and then we have go for your dreams. So this is just a really great kiss on the head from Spirit saying, hey, I know I just kind of said a lot of things. I'm like, you still need to work on this. You haven't been listening. Wake up, do this, do that, but do what makes your heart sing. So really, also I'm saying there have been some psychic downloads that have been happening during the dreams. And so this is very literal in the sense of if you've had goals and you're like, oh, I've always wanted to do this, and it's a dream in that sense. Yes, of course, you're going to go for those dreams, but also Spirit is showing you in your dreams or guiding you in your dreams for your next steps in actual life. So Spirit is asking you to literally understand those dreams and what you're being asked to do and how to move forward with those. Very interesting that I did use it to cover up wake up call. So yes, very much these energies are together and you are receiving psychic downloads. All right, next we do have our heart and soul. So we don't have as many as we did for the Divine Masculine reading, but we still do have quite a few. So again, you may see some confirmation here. There may be some individual messages that really ring true, but each card here is selected for a reason. So definitely take what resonates for you and leave what does not. Close your eyes and feel yourself embraced by angelic wings of light. Feel the light dissolve your fears, concerns, and doubts, and fill your heart with peace and joy. Everyone is safe and all is well. There is no need for concern. Tune into the subtle and divine force within me, and you shall see the subtle and divine force within yourself and all living things. Over the coming days, there is a heightened sense of spiritual connection with Isis, goddess of motherhood, magic, and fertility.
Meditation allows you to enter the inner realm of soul. It is spiritual communion. I apologize. It is spiritual communion with your true self and all creation. You may think that there are far more important issues to attend to at this time, but meditation would help you greatly. It could have a positive influence on every area of your life, including your career and relationships. Our last of these. Every challenge provides an opportunity to discover a deeper meaning to life. Each challenge can be a gateway to something greater. Use your intuitive and creative powers. Many solutions exist. Move beyond fear and you'll discover that there are no limits apart from the limits that we ourselves have placed. Okay. All right, and now we do have a new deck. I introduced it in the Divine Masculine reading, of course, because these decks match them. But we have the Buddha Wisdom for Divine Masculine. We actually had quite a few come out, so Divine Masculine is wanting to be heard, and hopefully we have some direct messages. Go beyond likes and dislikes. Free yourself from attachment. Okay, some echoing messages there. Also, understanding again comfort. Be harmless, be blameless, awaken to the eternal truth. Choose to leave the dark way for the way of light. I really shuffled these two, by the way, so that is interesting that that is coming out again. Be still and loving and fearless, for the mind talks and the heart knows. Master your words, master your thoughts. Never allow your body and speech to harm others. Last one. Lest your wishes become desires, desire enslaves you. Oh, interesting with the address your addictions coming off too, and needing to understand how we seek comfort for ourselves. So, our Divine Feminines, I'm going to go ahead and leave our reading there for today. Definitely think there's a lot food for thought there. Ultimately, though, Spirit is asking you to really just address the more internal energies, but ultimately, they're asking you to really recognize your potential and step into that role that is being gifted to you at this time. And the foundations that you see before you will be magical. So I want to thank everyone again for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please do not forget to comment below, gain some support from a like-minded community. As well, I want to thank everyone who has been donating to the PayPal. And I just want to say it really does support me in making sure I can continue this channel. So thank you. And I will definitely see you guys next time. Blessed be.